Hello, everybody. We are back at it once again at the Event Alchemy Podcast. My name is Stephanie Rivkin, aka DJ Stardust, and this is my co-host.
Hey, this is DJ Big Earn here in the house with Stephanie. So excited for today. Oh my goodness. And guess what? You already see somebody else in here. A lot of people know him, but for everybody else that doesn't know this guy, this is DJ Demand, Jason Cohen. Hey, what's up, brother?
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me.
Welcome. Pretend there's fireworks going off and a massive plane driving by that says, "Welcome, Jason, DJ Demand," going over our heads right now.
Dollar bills getting thrown.
That's how excited we are to have you.
I can have fireworks go off.
Stop it right now.
I told you he's the tech guy. This is the tech guy.
I love it.
That's awesome. Man, yeah. Demand, you put it. Okay, I'll go back. Sorry. My apologies, everybody. You're gonna know him as Jason from here through on out. But yes, everybody knows him from his DJ name though too. Mainly DJ Demand. So Jason, my goodness, yeah, thank you so much for making the time to join us today. We're excited to have you on here. We're gonna pick your brain a little bit, okay? So we'll ask questions as we go along, obviously. But more importantly, man, give us a little background history for all the people that don't know. I mean, we're gonna learn a lot. I'm excited.
Cool. All right. Well, first of all, I apologize for starting this off with a visual joke on an audio platform. So anybody that's just listening, you got to actually watch the video to see the fireworks going off in the background. But yeah, I'm Jason Cohen. I go by DJ Demand, and I just got stuck with that name in college, and it's just I can't get rid of it now. I'm in New Jersey. I work with SC Event Group. And I do pretty much weddings. That's it. You know, I in the past I've done every single type of party and nightlife and everything. I got my start in the bar mitzvah and Sweet 16 world, and now here I am doing weddings every weekend. Couldn't be any happier. So that's me.
Very cool. So what's your percentage of doing weddings, you think, on your yearly?
Oh, I mean, these days, I'd say up until about 2020, I was doing a good split. I was still doing, nightlife 3 nights a week. On the weeknights, I'm right by Rutgers University, which is like the big college in central New Jersey. And I used to do every Tuesday, Thursday night at the bar, plus some stuff down in Atlantic City, things like that on the weekends. And then, once everything shut down in 2020, we got back started again. I pretty much had to stop most of that just to do weddings. First of all, was to catch up, and now it's just I'm just so into it. It's such a big involved thing to do someone's wedding. What I didn't want to do is a Thursday night bar or club, and then the next morning wake up all tired, and it's like now my weekend actually starts. So I kind of had to draw the line somewhere. So I'd say in the past 4 or 5 years, I've pretty much been doing about 90% weddings. I still do some nightlife stuff here and there. And whenever there's a convention, I always try to squeeze into the DJ lineup somewhere where I can have some fun. But yeah, pretty much, I'd say, 90 or so percent of what I do is weddings these days.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So, are you the MC and the DJ? And then I have another question. With a mitzvah, what was your position? Were you the DJ, the MC? Were you out there line dancing? When it comes to mitzvahs, what was your part in all that? Because it's a big production usually.
Yes, and I can tell you're obviously familiar with that life. For the first half of my career, never wanted to touch a microphone in my life. I was the DJ guy. I was happy just being the guy behind the DJ booth where everybody's looking at all the dancers and the MCs and all that out there. And that's pretty much how all of my private parties worked. Even when we did weddings, that was the format of MC DJ, and I was always the DJ part of it. I've been lucky enough to see some of the best MCs I've ever seen and work with them, and then also some pretty bad ones. And what I've been able to do is kind of over the past few years figure out what I liked from this person and what I didn't like from this person and create my own MC personality based off of everything that I've seen in the past. So the way that SCE does it is a little bit different. We don't do DJ MC packages for weddings. We have your event host, which is me, and then my assistant that I bring with me. So the idea is that in the beginning, a part of the reception, the first 20 minutes or so when we're doing the introductions, the first dance, pair dances, toasts, all that stuff. I'm the MC. My assistant is the DJ. He actually knows how to DJ. He's playing the music, all of that. And then as soon as we're done with that part, he steps to the side, he takes over the lighting or gets some content for me, and I take over as the DJ. So I'm kind of both these days. And I've gotten a lot more comfortable on the microphone. I enjoy it. And like I said, coming up with my own personality on the mic has been really fun, actually, because I've been able to try different things and be like, oh, I like that. And then, oh, I don't like that. Especially working at SCE, where you got guys like Jeff Scott Gould or Paul Knox, who are, very Jeff, you could just hand a mic and just be like, go talk to somebody, and he will just, the whole room is just, he has their attention. He could get away with saying stuff on the mic I couldn't ever dream of saying. I mean, there's that one video, if you could ever find it. I mean, they're cutting the cake and he's like, nom 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 nom, like on the mic. They end up like feeding him the cake. And I'm like,
God.
if I were to try that, they would be like, like never, 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 never. But it's great because I get to see certain things that somebody like he does, and I'm like, okay, that works for him. I don't think it fits my personality, but this one thing that he did, really, I love the way that he said that. I might, kind of incorporate that on my own thing. So, yeah, I'm definitely a less is more kind of guy on the microphone compared to some of the other people I work around, but that's the nice thing about this job. I really believe that there's multiple right ways of doing things, and so
yeah, you put
even,
up. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, even when when I meet with a client to talk to them and to see if they're a good fit, like if they like somebody else in my company better, it's not like, oh, this guy's better than this one, or it's not a matter of better. It's just who's a better fit for you. So it is funny sometimes when I'll see like, oh, they originally wanted this person, but they weren't available. And I'm like, ooh, I'm nothing like them. Like, I'm professionalism wise, we're all up there, but we all have very different, personalities, ways of and not just the microphone, ways of mixing, styles of playing and all that type of stuff. So it is, it's nice that we have this, where Jason Janai, the owner of SCE, does let us kind of do our own thing, create our own personality, and you really can come to our company and end up with very different types of parties depending on who you pick.
Yeah,
Hey,
you're
Big Ern.
yeah.
What's your MC style? Are you super chatty, or how are you on the mic? Are you conversational or comfortable? What's up with you on the mic?
Yeah. When it comes to hosting events, I agree 1000%. Everybody has their own style. Don't mimic anybody. I love Jason's style when he's because with your assistant, he records you, or they record you when you're up there doing performing,
Yes.
so people can get a feel of that. You are very smooth on your mic presence. Seriously, I love your
I appreciate that, because that is like it's the newest thing for me. I mean, new.
Yeah.
6-7 years, but still in the long range of me DJing, that's like the one thing I was in her first half not really confident on. But I've seen some videos of you too recently too. You put up some stuff.
Yeah. I got the new Meta
Yeah, the
glasses. We're
glasses.
wearing them right now, and that helps me capture content. So that way I can share with guests, what I do when I'm standing in front of everybody. I'm not hiding behind a DJ booth. None of us do. We get out there, we stand in front. So my style is, definitely reading the crowd, but I don't try to get boisterous. I don't try to be over the top. I like being smooth as well. That's my vibe. If there's something big and exciting that happens, I don't like go roaring out there, trying to get everybody's attention. Oh, look at that! Oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened. It's more like kind of smooth, like, oh, there you go. That was something unexpected. Just something just really eloquent when it comes to that. But the other thing, I think my moneymaker was my voice too. People say that you just have a really soothing voice. And so I never wanted to change it. I was like, okay, just talk. And that's me talking though. That's just me normal. So if I ever stop DJing, I can always go into the phone sex business. So I should be
Hey,
good.
you know what I got told
I
recently?
can't say that word. I have to say SEX. I have to spell it out. That's right.
Told recently after doing the sound check that I should do ASMR videos, and I'm like, what the hell is ASMR? And that's where they like tap stuff and they talk real slow, and I'm like, hey, you know what, maybe I should make a new TikTok account. It doesn't have to be OnlyFans, but I just like talk really sexy.
I'm not saying that I know this, but I heard you can go to Twitch and just type that in, and you can see it live IRL.
Just start tapping your fingernails on stuff and all that.
No, they've got these microphone systems that are literally a set of ears. Jason, hear me out. There's 2 XLR cables that go into these rubber ears, and they do the craziest stuff to these things. and you hear this sound, and they're just so clear. Like they make their lips smack, and they whisper into it, and then they rub it, and then it got weird when they put lotion on, and then you just started caressing the ears. I was
Listen,
like,
it sounds like hard work, but I'm willing to do it.
I didn't even
Wait,
talk about what
can
they were wearing though. On top of it, you know what I mean? It's like one thing to see and hear that going, but then you're like, why are you dressed like this?
Well, here's something I just saw in one of the DJ chat groups that you guys might want to put your 2 cents in on. So I guess if you dress up as a character or like a big Megatron guy or whatever, you show for an hour and you get $1,000. And somebody's like, "Why are we DJing? Why are we lugging equipment?" Did you guys see that post at all?
I missed that one.
I didn't see the post, but I've seen those LED robots, and especially when I did the bar mitzvahs, I mean, it was dumb. It was like $1,500 from the show up for 15 minutes, and just
Well, that's basically the gist of the post. And I'm like, damn, we're working really hard when all we got to do is go out there and get one of those freaking costumes now.
So
Um,
the one
just
I
wondering if
did,
you saw the post.
I'm not trying to one up you on the whole robot thing, but yes, I did a quinceañera. Okay, so a sweet 15th birthday party, and the cultures are different, for the Hispanics. And when it comes to quinceañera, sweet 15, and then you have sweet 16 for more American traditional. But at this quinceañera, and if you've ever done a quinceañera, they are so over the top on everything. It's incredible. It's one big celebration. And yes, a robot came there, but this robot came with. Have you had the big giant head people coming in? Remember how they had like the hot dog suits at the last conference we were at?
Mhm.
So we had Bad Bunny and then another Latin artist. I don't even know who it was, but a big giant head Bad Bunny. Somebody was wearing it, and I played a Bad Bunny song, so it like worked out. But the robot was serving tequila shots.
That's pretty cool.
The suit had a couple bottles behind him upside down, and there was a tube system. The kicker is where the shots were coming from. It was not appropriate.
Oh my
But-
god.
wait, back
I
up.
can imagine.
Tequila shots served inappropriately.
At a
Wait,
sweet-
was this at the 15th birthday party?
Yes. You would think that we're celebrating a lot for when it comes to, the family and the kids and stuff like that, and because there are a lot of teenagers there, right? No, this was like very steered and geared towards the adult. It was wild, but yeah, same thing. He was out there for an hour. I actually had to do a last call for the robot. Yeah, if you want a tequila shot,
Oh
this is
my
last
god.
chance. I was
So
like,
here's
this
a
is so
question
weird.
then. Because Ern, now you've got like glasses that record, right? And then Jason, you have really cool like the 3D, like not 3D cam, but like the cam that's like up in the air and above and spins and all that stuff. Yeah.
The 360. I just
So-
got that yet.
Do you guys have to get permission from your weddings and your couples before you start recording and releasing content? And while you're on the job, I mean, like, is anybody bothered by the fact that you're getting this content and that you're maybe like a little bit like, hey, I'm going to record this for my business, but I'm at your wedding? Like, does anybody ever say anything?
Two things. I'll answer for mine. I want to hear what Jason says and what he does with his, but for me, it's in the contract. So, and then second thing, I just don't post anything with kids. That's the only thing I really don't want to do. What about you, Jason?
That's definitely fair to say, especially the kid stuff. Yeah, we do have a spot in our forms where we ask the couple if it's okay if we shoot footage, for a vlog or whatever you want to call it. I think we just never updated the terminology, but it says vlog still. And they almost always say yes. Sometimes they say no, and that's fine. We respect it, of course. I do have a 360 camera now, and it is always recording. And also sometimes I'll give my assistant like the Osmo Pocket or one of those things to shoot. I do go over with them that, like, number one, I do think that the guests are used to it because you do have 2 photographers, 2 videographers. Now content creators are part of the package. You see them at every party. So I don't think that it's too like weird that they're like, oh no, like somebody's holding a camera. I don't like the cell phone because then it really does look like you're just taking it for your own personal stuff, even though it does take great quality. So, but I have a couple of rules with my assistants when they're shooting. Number one, I'm like, don't do the slow dances. Like, I don't care about that stuff. Like, let them be, lovey-dovey and stuff. That's not what I'm looking. What am I going to do with that anyway? And also, as I'm posting, I'm like, would I be embarrassed if I saw this video of me? Like, there have been times, trust me, where people have fallen down or bumped into me or just looked or acted like an idiot on camera. And I'm like, the last thing, bless you. Bless you.
Sorry. Excuse me.
See, with your brand new clip-on mic now, you can't hide that. But so there are times that I'm like, oh, this would get views, 100%. This would get views, but I don't want to make anybody feel bad about that, and so I just have to pick and choose. I'm still on the fence about one. I had this party where it was a month or two ago. This woman comes up to me. She was the life of the party the whole night. She must have been like an aunt or something like that. Whole night. Every single song, it didn't matter if it came out last week or 50 years ago, she was singing every word to. And she comes over at the end of the night and leans on I got the TV booth, and leans on my TV booth, and just to tell me what a good job I did. And she's like, she has her arm up, and when she goes to walk away, her diamond bracelet, the clasp of it got stuck in my booth. She was there for 5 minutes. I have the whole camera running, and she didn't care. She was like laughing about it. Her husband comes over. He's like, "What are you still doing here?" She's like, "I'm stuck." And I'm like, "Yeah, we're taking her with us." And she ended up. She goes to her husband. She's like, "Can you at least get me my glass of wine?" So I have the video of the maitre d' coming over, and we ended up prying open the corner of the booth just to slide out.
Wow.
And finally got it. It took 5 minutes. And I have the whole thing on video, and I'm going to post it probably. I'm going to probably, for this one especially, show it to the couple first because it's embarrassing, but it's not like she looked like drunk or anything. It was just a funny thing that happened. And I'm going to purposely make the video to show that the beginning part of, I'll probably talk like from my office like this and like introduce the video and show that she was the life of the party and having fun, because I want to make sure that everybody is in a good light. The last thing I want is the bride or groom to go, oh, I can't believe that DJ like just used us for that. Like my first video that really hit, I think it was my first video that over 1 million, was a girl requesting a song while I'm in the middle of a mix. And she did everything right. She walked over, she asked my assistant, who was newer to the job, so he was like, yeah, go ahead, talk to him. And meanwhile, like, yeah, he probably should have intercepted and asked for the request, but whatever. So she passes him, she leans over to me, I don't expect her to know what I'm doing. I'm pressing buttons, what does she know? She holds her drink away from the electronics and leans over and asks me for a song. And again, background is her and her friends were dancing the whole night. I say, yeah, sure, I got you covered. And then she walks away. And that was the end of it. And I had to turn off the comments because all the DJs were like, what an idiot. Doesn't she see what you're doing? I'm like, no, she doesn't. And she actually, it turns out, is a friend of a friend, saw it, reached out to me. She's like, she apologized. And I'm like, you have nothing to apologize about. You made the party. And if you tell me you don't like this video, I'll take it down right now. But I said, just to let you know, you're kind of a star. And she was cool about it. We were laughing about it. And, I was like, but again, like that to me is more important than, getting clicks online. So,
yeah, I agree. There's like a certain etiquette, when people come up, some people know, yeah, I'm not going to hold my drink over. I mean, you got your booth. What about the people that come up to your booth and they got a drink in their hand and lean on it and drinks right over your deck and stuff? Oh, my heart stops every time something like that happens. Crazy.
I will say this. So I was surprised recently at the last wedding I did. There was a photographer, videographer, and then the content creator was using her phone. It might even have been somebody, it might have been one of the couple's phones even, that I'm like posting live to their story. But I did note it, and she was super sweet and really cool, young girl, content creator. And I'm like, oh my God. What a cool job, right? Because you're just capturing everything and putting little GIFs on it and posting it live and stuff, and keeping all the friends and family that aren't there updated on their page and stuff. And then everybody else has to wait for the professional photographers and videos. But I just want to say it's really weird now to see workers out there working, getting paid a lot of money with their cell phones to collect, content that we're helping to facilitate the fun, and we're doing this and that. It's just weird how things are just evolving,
Yeah. It is, and I'm still trying to figure that one out. I think a lot of them I see them recording, not posting live, so that the couple gets to do what they want. So for me, I'm trying to tell them, I'm like, well, get an Osmo Pocket and shoot vertical, and you're shooting, it's going to sound and look a little bit better than the cell phone, and it's all right there on a memory card. You could just hand them the memory card and be done with it, or it does. It is a little weird. Now, I think it works best if the content creator is hired by the photographer or videographer, because then they can work with them. They're not getting in the way. They know how the other people are shooting. Because at the end of the day, what they do comes first. And that's the same thing with us. When we're getting content, if I look at the video after the party and I gave my assistant the camera and I see the videographer in the background, and I'm like, then that means that you're in the background of their shot, and that's no good. So again, pro photographers and videographers come first. Then it's like the content creator is still somebody that the couple hired. We're not getting paid to make ourselves look good, to shoot the party. So we really do, no matter what, we have to put our egos aside and realize that we are last. And I always make that very clear. And I tell the photographers and videographers what we're doing ahead of time. So that way they know, like, I tell them, like, hey, I know what you're doing. I respect your job. I will not get in the way of you. And if you see us getting in the way, let us know and we'll stop. So I think that's very important.
This guy is so full of knowledge, everybody. Oh my gosh, this guy absolutely puts the ego away. No ego, thinking about everybody first. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, tying into the whole industry and everything lately, it's been a wild ride with all the content creators. I blame Facebook. I know you guys don't do Facebook much or anything like that. You guys bust my you-know-whats, all the time. Like, who's on Facebook still? I'm like, yeah, I know, I get it. But there was an option that popped up out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden, everybody's a digital creator. So now everybody, their grandma. My mother even said that the other day. She's like, "Oh, I'm a content creator now." I'm like, "Mom, the only content you're putting out is just family stuff. You're not doing like a cooking show. She's not doing a cooking show. She's not changing tires on a car. She's not doing motor work or anything, teaching people how to do that. But hey, she got the title.
This content stuff, ties back to the robot conversation, because talk about getting paid a lot. I'm that's the other thing I'm wondering. How much are they getting paid? $1,000 to have them come out and shoot? I don't know.
Right.
And again, for doing what they would do anyway, they're just on their phone. You need a phone and a battery, and that's it, and you're good to go. The what is it called? Like, the barrier for entry is not high on this job right now.
Right.
Listen, I'm ready to take over content in my spare time.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to do it for ourselves anyway. So when I look back, excuse me, prior to 2020, on my phone, every time I did a wedding, my phone would create a folder and it would compile the pictures and videos and music, and it would create stories for me. So I'm always saying I'm ahead of my time. So I would take those stories and I would upload those to Instagram, and I thought they were adorable. And I didn't even know how to edit them at that point. I just realized, cool, my phone's making stories for me. But then it was like during 2020, it was like everybody was on TikTok. We're all, doing a talent show, twirling batons and singing and whatever we're doing. And it became such a job. And it really just, for me, I lacked the motivation to keep creating all this content. Like, cool, my phone was doing it for me. But now it was like everybody's doing it. And now, like, Jason, your whole company is like famous for like doing either celebrity events or like really cool high energy stuff. Like, how do you keep up with the content if like last week's party was, was celebrities and this party's really cool? Like, do you always have to have something bigger and better? Like, how do you keep up with your own content?
I mean, first of all, I am embarrassed to tell you how many parties behind I am on this hard drive right now. I mean, like, it's bad. I'm other people are definitely way better at getting the turnaround, the faster. I do the party, and then I'm like, especially now with the 360 camera. It used to be where, my assistant got some clips, I go through the clips, I make some videos. Now I'm like, I have a 2.5 hour dance set to skim through. Now I'm trying to figure out a better way to do it. In my head, I'm like, okay, do we just make notes like at the party, like when I played this song, something happened? Because it is a tedious process, and especially with the 360 cam. It's I learned from Justin the DJ's video. He made an amazing video. It's like 30 minutes long. Anybody that has a 360 cam, or anybody that just wants to do content in general, watch his video on YouTube about making the content. But it's like one extra step than before. First, you have to go through the 360 program and pick your angles. And do you want it facing the DJ? Do you want it facing the crowd? Then you have to go through and edit it the regular way you always used to in Final Cut or CapCut or something like that. So it is a tedious process. I am extremely behind. I mean, I'm talking double digit numbers, like behind on weddings. I try to like, oh my God, something crazy happened last weekend. Let me just go right to that one and hurry this one up. But I'm super, super guilty of staying behind. But yeah, my company, like you got,
I was gonna say, raise your hand if you were also super behind on content by months or years.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, especially working with somebody, especially like Nick, who broke through very early and got very big on social media. Yeah, we've had meetings where Jenna's like, okay, you guys do that too. And it's like, well, it's not that easy. And he obviously knows that. But no, but you know, look, Jenna is definitely another one where especially in the DJ world, every DJ knows who he is. And the regular TikToker, anybody random person world, Nick is showing up on my neighbors will see Nick in a video of mine and be like, how do you know him? He's like famous. We watch his videos all the time. I'm like, yeah, we work together. He's one of my closest friends. Like, but it's like you want to, you want to do that and you want to capture this stuff. And I feel like it's a luck thing of like, if I go into the event going, all right, we're going to get some good video here. It's like the event's going to be like good, but like maybe nothing like video worthy. And then the one where I'm like, let's not bother setting this up. I already have 3 videos from this venue before. That's the rager, of course, and oops, like now we have nothing from there. So, that's why the 360 camera is good, because it will capture everything. You just set it up no matter what and just forget about it. But yeah, it's everybody's doing their content differently. I mean, Janai's YouTube page, his personal one, is like an informational one, and he's trying to give tips to DJs and things like that. Nick is like, here is just raw me DJing. You can hear what I did. It's not, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's nothing I, did in my bedroom like perfectly. It's something that happened at a party, and here it is. We have other DJs who are shooting on very high quality, like Sony mirrorless cameras, and putting together movie-like recaps every single weekend. Chris Atwood in my company does a great job of that. I just worked with him last weekend. I was able to work with him on a gig because I had the day off, and the couple is actually having 2 weddings. They're Chinese, and I'm doing their second wedding. So I was like, I want to be a part of the first one. So I shot video for him, and like a day or 2 later, he puts out a video, and I'm like, I shot that? Like, that's amazing. So he's really good at just doing that quality stuff. So everybody shoots differently and has a different audience or goal in mind for their social media. So you have to figure out, who am I making this for? I've heard it a million times in seminars. Like, what is it? Are you either educating, entertaining, or what's the third one? Educating,
selling, or marketing, maybe.
Yeah. So there's always like something like, if you're not doing these things, then like, what are you making the video for? So I always had the goal for my Instagram of I just want a potential bride or groom that's looking at my profile to be like, I could picture that happening at my wedding. So I like Nick's format of like just showing the raw stuff of like, this is me mixing, this is the crowd's reaction, done. I don't plan my mixes ahead of time. If it happens and we capture it, great. If not, that's it. But that's kind of my goal. Is just I never really had the goal of like getting numbers or breaking through or something like that. And because as soon as you start thinking about that, you're just going to drive yourself crazy. I mean, I got really lucky, and I got some posts, and I started going up and up and up. And then I think I spoke to a lot of people. Like the last year, like 0 growth. Like I would lose the accounts that were maybe like bots that were following me, or like just, random stuff that, and then gaining a couple more of real people. So my numbers have been floating around the same. Again, I'm like, if people are like, hey, we saw your content, we liked it, and that's why we hired you, then who cares what my numbers are? Yeah. So
that's all that matters, is the bookings in the long run. Yeah. I wanted to ask you about like the content that you put out. Does it ever linger in the back of your head about, are you thinking that this reel is going to get 1 million views, or the potential, basically? What does that linger in your head when you're thinking about it? Like, oh yeah, this one's a banger reel. It's gonna kick out, 1 million views, but then it kicked out maybe 10,000.
Yeah, every time I think I have one that like, this is it. It barely gets seen by my own followers, yet alone definitely doesn't get pushed.
And is that the reel that you put in so much work and time to edit, like, so it's perfect?
Yeah, and again, I try not to edit too much anyway. I've really, that's kind of been my style. So I try not to put too much time in it. But there are times when I'm like, oh my God, perfect. This happened. I was flawless on my mix. And then this girl's reaction was great. And it was a packed dance floor. There's no way that this isn't going to blow up. And then it's 3,000 views. Or, and
I'm really good at. I'm really good at recording just because I'm like thinking, the crowd's dancing. I'm really good at shutting the camera off right as something epic is happening. And I'm like, oh my God, like so many times. I'm like, God, 5 more seconds, I would have caught that. Or and I don't have I'll tell you what, I have had assistants try to get content for me. The lighting sucks. The angle sucks. Like they're not, I don't know what they're shooting, but sometimes I go back to the content. I'm like, you know what? They tried. I don't have, even when I've tried to look for people to come out and get content for me, I never really end up with what I want, which is somebody just do everything for me, put the little emojis and GIFs and tag stuff and do all that. So actually what I just did with my photo booth, I delegated that task away because I've got like 5 years of photo booth content on there and I would love to promote my photo booth more, but I'm sitting on the content. So today, delegated, here's some money, take that off my plate. And now I'm maybe going to spend a little bit more money to get a really good content creator because I know me and my freaking shit timing is going to miss the epic moment every time.
Yeah.
I think if you know that you're going to have like a banger of a party, spend the money, have somebody professional come in and do it for you. And then the rest of it, just do the best you could do. Tell your assistants, hey, when you're done recording, record another 10 seconds. That's the biggest one. I tell my assistant that all the time because my assistant thinks he's a drummer and he thinks in DJ terms. So he's like, the chorus ends 5, 6, 7, 8, hit stop. And I'm like, wait, but they were about to sing the next thing.
Next part,
just let it go a couple of extra seconds. The other thing I say is don't always look through the viewfinder, especially because I'm using like the phone or the small viewfinder on the Osmo Pocket. Because what happens is he just stands there on the dance floor and he pans from one side to the other, and then he goes too far and you catch the empty part of the dance floor. I'm like, no, look up, see that the girl in the green dress, that's the left side of the dance floor. Don't go past her. So now as you're panning back and forth, if you're panning at all, to stop there so you're not getting that empty space and it looks more packed and like all those little tricks and stuff like that. But I try to tell them look first without the camera because it might look good on that little screen, but then you realize there was nothing there. So
you got wall.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many times where I'm like that. Well, the ceiling looked nice in that video. I don't know what the point of shooting the ceiling was.
I just had that happen to me. I had that happen to me with my glasses, and I didn't even think of it. I was recording it, and I put the video up too, and I'm laughing my ass off because I did a transition, into a song that the mother of the bride loved. And she turns around, looks at me, and she points. And right when she points, she starts singing. And I started singing with her. But my problem with these glasses, I looked up when I was singing. And so, yes, there's 2 seconds of the freaking ceiling that you see. And I come back down, and then Mom turns around and starts dancing again. I'm like, shit, I missed that.
You're doing the Stevie Wonder. And you can't. No, that doesn't work with the glasses. Yeah,
it does.
The glasses are one thing. I know all you guys swear by it, and you guys keep telling me to get the glasses. And I'm like, one more thing. That's too much. It's at some point I'm like, no, it's for me. I'm like, that's too much footage. I can't. And I know my laziness. I will use those glasses until the battery dies, and then they will just be regular glasses from that point on. That's it.
Another question for you guys. Okay, so I keep seeing, these really special moments, but it's like the photographer, the DJ, captured the moment of something at the ceremony or something, that happened earlier. Now the couple is dancing and the DJ is playing something on the screen. And now the couple who is should be into this moment with each other is now looking at the TV. The guests are looking at the TV. Everything is all about, oh, look what this DJ or photographer created. But it takes everybody out of the present moment. And I don't get it. I love that, the couple gets to see a few seconds of themselves dancing from earlier in the day. But honestly, they're going to see all that later. Is it just me being Karen? Or do you think that stealing the moment from the couple is kind of maybe we should reconsider exactly how much we need to be doing? Maybe we're doing too much.
I can't tell you how many times I've talked couples out of getting extra TV screens because I'm like, for that reason. I tell the story of when I was engaged, me and my wife and I, we went to showcase, and they have, you know, all the different vendors, and then they have the DJs do their little thing, and then they have at the end they always have the runway show, the fashion show with the models and the bridesmaids dresses and all that. So I remember we're sitting in the front row and we're watching it, and all the girls walk by in their wedding dresses or bridesmaids dresses, and I turned to my fiance at the time and I said, what do you think? And she's like, oh, I don't know. I was watching the music video on the screen because they were playing like whatever song it was, the music video. Yep. And I go to her, I go, and that's why we're not getting TVs at our wedding, even though I could have had them for free. I have the DJ booth with the TV screen in it, the Toad booth. Mm-hmm. I tell my couples, I put your names on it, and that's it for all of the formalities and everything else. When it's dinner time or salad and they're sitting down, that's the only time I'll play a montage or a video or something like that. And then during the dancing, maybe some like lights or, you know, some background type of stuff or the fireworks. But that's pretty much all I do it for. I really encourage them not to do it. I mean, even sometimes they're like, oh, for parent dances, can you show... I've had this happen a lot. Parent dances. Can I give you a montage of pictures from my childhood? You know, me and my parent, I want that to be on the screen. I'm like, okay, but I'm not putting it on until you're halfway through your dance because I want you to first enjoy your dance together. We'll get those pictures in the video of your dance together. Then, because, you know, as soon as I put it on the screen, you can be staring at me the whole time. So that's kind of how I avoid that. But I'm with you. I do not want anything. And I say, you spent all thousands of dollars on that that dress, that wedding dress. Like, you really want us looking at a picture of you in, like, you know, sweatpants up on the screen or something like that, like while you're out there? No.
To encourage that stuff for like the engagement parties, Jack and Jill's, whatever. I think all of that stuff, do the shoe game, do all of the things that give the couple all of the attention. But I'm just looking at some of the things DJs are doing these days that seem really thoughtful and stuff, but you know, it's diverting the attention from the couple, and they're like the real focus of the day. And I love how creative DJs are these days. I mean, I haven't even gotten a 360 camera yet, so don't even get me started on the glasses. I'm using a Rode mic for the first time. So I know there's always more technology for us to have access to and learn about, and lighting and sound and podcasting. And it really does, it does never end. And I'm just wondering, you know, where does it stop from here? Like, do DJs need to always be the center of attention? Is our mixing not enough? Is our emceeing not enough? Are pushing buttons and, you know, light shows and all of these coordinated? We really do so much. And I think, you know, I would love for it to just get back to it being about the couple and what the couple wants, and not what the DJ is able to provide. And that just might be because I'm limited on my capabilities and my arsenal. But am I wrong that maybe we're just doing too much? And maybe it's not even just about that one particular video, but like kind of doing a lot now, I think.
I agree. When I have my initial sales meetings with couples, all that, I tell them, I'm like, look, I'm going to tell you today about me, my style. Every company has lighting. Every company has photo booths. I believe that ours are the best, but we'll talk about that when you're ready to. We don't push enhancements on the first sale. It's always there. They'll have the pricing there. They could do it whenever they want to. But to me, I always tell them that's not the important part. Look, I've had couples tell me before we even start, hey, do you have the CO2 gun? Like, we can't even talk if you don't have the CO2 gun. I'm like, yeah, we have that. If it's important for you, we do it. But I say this to every couple, and I honestly mean it. All of that stuff, those wow moments, the sparks, the clouds, the dancing, like all that stuff. If you want it, we'll do it. I don't think it makes or breaks a wedding. If it's your vision for your day, we'll do it, and it'll be great. But I tell them, if you're going to have one enhancement, look, we control the energy of the room with the music that we play. Let us match that with the lighting that we bring. And I tell them our lighting options. That's the only thing I really talk about on our first call. And again, just to tell them their options, and then we kind of take it from there. But yeah, I'm with you. It's getting a little crazy. And again, different couples want different things. I mean, I've had 2 nights, a Friday night this past weekend. It was a tent wedding. They were like, we just love the look as it is. We don't really want any colors, any lights like that. We like the hanging lights that they have. So 0 enhancements. And it was a great wedding. Everybody was on the dance floor the whole time. Next weekend, I have the tube lights, 4 intelligent lights, the sparks, the clouds. We're bringing the air horn gun. That's a Jersey
right.
thing, I
Oh,
guess.
it's not just any air horn gun. Tell them,
it
Jason.
is.
Tell them.
It is like a train horn. I tried it last week and I tested it out next to a train, and they just thought it was the train's horn. But yeah, so again, different couples want different things, and that's what they want. That's going to make the atmosphere that they want for that wedding. We're going to do it, and it's going to be awesome. But I tell couples you could have no enhancements at all. It's still going to, as long as you two are on the dance floor. We say it to all our couples, as long as you two are on the dance floor, everybody else will be there too. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. The last thing I'll say about this, Ern, and then you take over. I'll say that I've seen some of my couples try to just jam so much into their timeline that I'm like, oh my God, are we going to do the anniversary dance? And then we have to do the photo dash. And then they want to do the bouquet toss. And then they want to stop and cut the cake. And then they want to do a sparkler exit. And then eventually you're just like, holy shit. This is literally going to be me staring at the time all night, figuring out what is happening when are they going to party? So I'm kind of at the point now where I'm like, pick 1 or 2 big moments. You have a ceremony, a cocktail, and a reception. Elevate one moment, and then let's take it down a notch and kind of focus on the fact that we're going to be interrupting people and, trying to move 30 to 150 to 300 people all at once. It's just sometimes a couple just doesn't know best. And that's where we come in and we're like, all right, you're excited. Let's settle down. Let's get all the excitement out in the initial meeting, think of all the big ideas, and then by the final meeting, let's whittle it down. I don't like my couples having, I like them to have free reign and stuff, but I like to put in, be the common sense sometimes when I see that it looks like a train wreck about to happen with just too much of everything. So
have you ever asked people, have you ever had people ask you oh, could you play a game or something? I'm like, yeah, I could, or we could, dance, because that's what they came to do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe that's when it comes in, when they know it's a Sunday afternoon wedding. It's going to be bright, maybe, low on the alcohol. Maybe they want to do a scavenger musical chair thing or something. And what it is, it's doing mitzvahs. I was like, okay, yeah. I could run a mitzvah. I could do the same games at a wedding, just as much fun. But I think there's a time and place. A Friday night isn't a good time for a musical. I don't know. I like having options, but I like to tell my couples, listen, have all the ideas, but then take my stuff into consideration. And yeah.
I did Coke and Pepsi at a wedding once. It was, this couple was, okay, their parents were friends since before they were born. They knew each other from birth. They were friends growing up. They went to each other's bar and bat mitzvahs. And then they didn't date till I think after college or whatever. But they were they said they're every person at our wedding has been to our bar mitzvahs. So we want to play Coke and Pepsi again, which, if you don't know, it's like a bar mitzvah game where you get a partner and you basically just run from one side of the dance floor to the other. Whenever we say Coke, one side goes. Whenever we say Pepsi, the other side goes. But yeah, it's like the most ridiculous thing. And to play it at a wedding, we had so much fun. But yeah, generally, yeah, I agree that, if they want to do it, we could do it, but there is no reason to do all this stuff. Anniversary dance. That's one where I tell them, hey, how important to you is this? Is there somebody that where it's their 60th anniversary, or did you just like the idea of doing it? Because if you just like the idea of doing it, what I tell them is this: I'm going to come to you halfway, after dinner, halfway through the dance set, right around dessert time. I'm going to be like, hey, do you want to stop the dance floor now to do the anniversary dance? And I'll tell you, 2/3 of the people go, no, just keep it going like this till the end. It's too crazy. We don't want to stop this. So I said, I give them the option of, do you want to do the anniversary dance? Don't you? Or do you want me to check in with you? And they almost always say check in. And again, usually they're like, hey, we're just having fun. Just keep it going. We don't care. So
I'm so out of the loop when it comes to bar mitzvahs. I've never done one. So when you talk about that, I literally in my head was thinking Coke and Pepsi. Oh, you guys play a game called Coke and Pepsi. And in my head, I just pictured everybody with 2 different glasses.
Just chugging soda,
trying to figure out which one was Coke and which one was Pepsi.
I kind of like that idea.
That's what I thought it was when you said, "Oh yeah, we're playing Coke and Pepsi." I was like, "That sounds like a fun game."
It's a blind taste test.
Yeah, exactly. How good are your taste buds? But then you started talking about running from one side of the floor to the other. I was like, "Oh, okay, I was way off."
So, are you guys going to both be at DJX?
I always say this. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, he will. Come on. Come on. I just booked my hotel room today, actually, like a few hours ago. Yeah, because one of my friends was like, "Hey, you're going, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." And then I'm like, "Wait, it's coming up soon. I better get the room while we still can." So, because I know they just went up in price for the exhibit only pass, and I'm sure a lot of companies will get their promo codes if you forgot. But rooms you don't want to sleep on. So I was like, "Yeah, let me do that." I can't go. I usually go like the full time, like Sunday to Thursday. There's a big Jonas Brothers concert on Sunday, so we're going to that. But I'll be there right afterwards on Monday, all the way to Thursday. I just booked my room today.
So I was asking for a reason because I know they do that game seminar, and I know at MEX, Scott Favor talks about games, and Jake and Mike talk about games and stuff. I at first was like, you know what? I'm never going to use games. I'm not sitting through these seminars. Then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go in. I'm going to see what these games are. And I ended up having a really good time. Once you get involved and they pull you in and you're playing the game, like one time I was wearing those fin things you go diving in, and I was flipping tortillas into a Mexican hat on my head, and you had to flip it over your head and you had to get it into your partner's like hat behind you. It was so much fun. And I'll tell you, like, I was like, when am I ever going to do these? So I was asking about DJX because I can't wait to go. I'm probably going to sit through another game seminar. They do help me with mitzvahs. They do help me with like icebreaker games and stuff like that. I'm just not naturally good at it. But like
corporate events too. You could definitely work that into. But yeah, Adam Hirschhorn from AJH. I mean, that guy could go into a dollar store or like Five Below and come out with like 10 different games like that. Just like, oh yeah, we'll buy this, and this, and we'll tie the people's hands together with this and make them run around. Like it just bam, just like that. New games. So yeah, they're definitely fun. When I did the bar mitzvahs, again, luckily, well, at the time I was like, luckily I'm not an MC, so I don't care about this stuff. I'm just going to be playing in the background. But they're always fun to go to. And yeah, we've learned some back in the bar mitzvah company. I mean, we learned some stuff that we were like, wow, we're doing this every single party now. I mean, as simple as like the poster drop. We used to buy posters like rolled up. You hold them like in between your hands. You have the kids put their hands on top and they just have to catch it before it hits the ground. It's stupid and simple, but really hard for them to do. And again, just a little icebreaker type of game like that we used to play during cocktail hour at the bar mitzvahs. So but yeah, those seminars are fun. I haven't been to one in a while just because, again, I haven't really felt a need to when I'm only doing weddings. But the guys that are running it always are just so creative with that. If you have any interest in doing any sort of kids parties or corporate parties, definitely go to those seminars on the games. They're always fun. Or just you just want to have fun. Yeah. If you just want to have a fun hour just messing around and doing some stupid stuff, it's a good time because we play the games. It's not a lecture. It's not like you're sitting there taking notes.
Right.
You're literally playing the games yourself. So definitely recommend that.
So now that you just said corporate, I did like spaghetti towers once at a corporate event, and then the next year they had me back and they were like, are we building spaghetti towers again? And I was like, no. I wasn't even sure if that was like a good thing or not, but we did karaoke instead. And they're like, damn, we wanted to build spaghetti towers. So I would say that like these skills that I thought once upon a time were useless, actually, I've been making a really good killing really at corporate karaoke events out of Boston for another company. And just having the ability to run icebreaker games and run a game at like pretty much any event ever is like a really great skill to have. So I don't think it's one of those underrated things. Like I don't really love going to DJ conferences and sitting through seminars that much anymore. I'll be honest with you. I go to see you guys and network and hang out, go to the parties, make my Instagram look good with the, whatever's going on. But I'm not really into the education so much anymore. But I am looking forward to just checking out, there's a couple more this year. I don't know what you guys are going to. If not DJX, there's still the new one coming up that Chris Washburn and Lou Paris are putting on in New York, right?
The Avengers? What are they?
Assemble. The DJs
Assemble, right?
Yeah,
there's also
that one does look interesting. I do like that each one of them, even Steve, they all have their own kind of like specialties that they do. It's just, if you were to ask me the worst month to have a convention, I would tell you it would be October. So I really hope it works out. I have 3 weddings the weekend before and 2 the weekend after, and I might just because I'm in Jersey, I might try to just drive and sneak up for like a day just to kind of support and check them out. But it's a tough time. I'm hoping it works out because they're definitely a bunch of people with a lot of knowledge to give.
Absolutely.
I went to what's the one we just went to in Milwaukee?
Midwest.
The Midwest. That was my first time ever there.
Same for us, right?
Yeah,
all three of us.
And I went working. I was shooting video, and I told them I am not going to do that again because I want to attend. I
Okay.
thought it was so useful and such a well put together convention that I want to go back as an attendee. I don't want to have responsibilities as far as shooting and stuff like that goes. I want to just be completely immersed in it and experience it from that point of view. I mean, I've DJ Collective. I've also done the same thing where I've shot video for it, and I love doing that too. But also, it's getting to the point now where I'm holding a camera and I walk up to somebody and I'm trying to capture content, and they're like, "Demand, what's up?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not here. I'm just shooting." But
That's
like,
funny.
so it's kind of hard to do that too. But I really, that convention was, I was so impressed with it. I can't wait to go back next year. I know that they're the Boston one. Last year I drove up for a day and had a migraine and drove right back home. It was really bad. But I was up there for I was up there for the one night and that's another one too that I know that's in December, right? So
Yeah, I think I've been to all of them at this point, except Arms. I haven't been to that one. I think once you start speaking at the conferences and playing at conferences, it is different than attending. And I relate to you because I just did content for the Pittsburgh DJ Expo, and that one I loved just as much as I love Midwest DJs Live, but I was taking content for Pittsburgh. So now I agreed to do content again for them next year, but I'm like, well, damn, that means I can't be just a regular attendee. But, there's always a trade-off. You can always see some of these speakers again. Some of them, take their expertise here and there and everywhere, and you can follow them. And, I've learned from, a lot of the same DJs at different conferences over the years. And there's I hope to see new speakers coming, like up and coming speakers. I know it's brutal being up there on the stage. So, it's hard. I like to give the educators a lot of credit because not only are they not getting paid, but they're taking time out of their day. They could be doing other things and they're trying to educate the DJ community. And so it is applaudable, and I'm thankful that there are people out there doing it, because then it gives us a reason to gather. We could say we're having parties even though there's education in the other room.
And you know how hard it is to give a presentation in the morning in Vegas. I mean, it's tough to get people in there and I mean, and that's another one too that I love to go to. But I think a lot of different conventions, they all have their strong points. But the one common thing is, of course, the networking and just whether it's for actual networking or just for seeing your friends that you don't always get to see. I mean, I think both of those things, that's by far what I get the most out of all of these conventions. So
I would say Big Earn, when you're not at a conference, you can tell that Big Earn energy is missing. It's like Big Earn and La Force, right? They come in and you're like, yeah, fucking, and the same thing with SCE. You guys both of your groups have all this manpower and testosterone and some really cool personalities in your company. So when SE isn't there and LaForce isn't there, it's like, man, something's missing here, So when you guys show up, it is always, awesome to connect and everything live. Of course, this is fun too, but Big Earn and I have been so many places now together. If he's not going, I'm almost like, well, shit, do I want to go? Just cool when your friends are going to be there.
Right. Ideas pop up all the time, and it's definitely the networking and the fireside chat that you have. You're like, oh shit, we should do this on a podcast, or hey, let's link up and we'll put together an event together. I want to collab with you. So, a lot, yes, those conventions, huge on those. Just make the best of the time when you go there. If you go there just to party and you're okay with that, do that. If you go there for the education and stuff, fine. But definitely network though. That will just expand so much and open a lot of doors for you when you attend. Absolutely. I mean, that's Demand and I, we met first in Discord, I think. Was it Discord? And
I
then we
don't know
finally,
what. Yeah, with you, it all blends together because we're literally talking every single night on Discord, playing games and stuff like that. So I don't know what came first, the convention or the gaming or whatever. But I mean,
yeah,
it's my closest friends are people that are across the country, and I mean, before we even hit record, you were saying how like we don't do this. It's like the opposite of everybody else. Like we see each other in person more than we do like talk on on podcasts and stuff like that. Like Stephanie, we met Nashville. Was it? It was one of the collectives, right? I
I've
think
only been to
that's
one collective. It might have been Nashville,
that
but
that was. I remember it was Nashville. I think we met in the lobby. Like I remember it was like one of the first nights I remember. But and then from there, obviously we just it's just like instant. Like we all have similar mindsets and likes and things like that, and we just there's very we just everybody we just click and get along, and you're like, okay, you're cool, you're good people, you're friends with my people, now we're friends, and that's it.
I know. And one of these days, either LaForce or SEE is going to adopt me, and I will live happily ever after, and I won't have to be by myself over here on the East Coast. Just kidding. But hey, you guys, we are coming up on an hour. I feel like we could probably chat forever. I don't know.
There's one more topic I wanted to hit.
Oh, let's hit it. We always go over time anyway. Go ahead, Aaron.
We're kind of talking about like how we're across the country. Yes, absolutely. The both of you are on the East Coast, and then myself coming from Washington State over here to Texas now. A lot of the times with these events, we usually get booked out, a year and a half, year, maybe 2 years. I wanted to ask the man that now that we got him, have you been seeing like a lot of last minute requests? I mean, talking like less than 3 months, people trying to book you the same year.
I've had a couple, yeah. I feel like every year there's like one or two that maybe like slip in there, but this year, yeah, there was definitely a few. I mean, I think I booked one that was like 2 months. Like I booked it a month ago, and it's for like next month. So when I'm having my first meeting with them, I'm like, yeah, let's. So what you do is you look everything over, and if you're happy with it, just let me know. I'll send you a contract, and then schedule your final meeting because we're already in time for that.
Right.
So and I don't ever really ask what the reason is. If they're sometimes I'm like, oh, like is it like a military thing and they're going away, or is it like I've had times when once it was a 2-week out booking because they just couldn't get in touch with their DJ. They made the mistake of hiring, a single small time DJ, and they're getting nervous and they're like, hey, we don't care. And I said to them straight up, I'm like, hey, how much did you give in the deposit already? And it wasn't much. It was like, a couple $100. I'm like, I'll just take that off. Like, so you didn't lose anything. Like, I want you guys to have a good wedding. I don't want you to suffer, based off of like getting screwed over by this person or whatever. So, we made that work. That was a couple of years ago at this point, but that might have been before SE even. But yeah, it happens now and then. I can't speak on behalf of my whole company, but I do know like when we have our meetings and stuff, like it's been mentioned before that there have been a couple of like springs booking for summer and like next season bookings this year for sure. Yeah. I don't know
why. When it comes to those people that are booking last minute like that, and you are available, do you adjust anything? Because now you have to cram in a lot of that planning work that you had, 6 to 9 months, maybe a year to plan in advance for their wedding. Now you've got to cram them in 30 days. Do you adjust your pricing on that? Where you're like, look,
yeah, I got them. We double our prices. Now they don't have it. No, I don't. No. I mean, the price is the price. No, I don't. I look, as long as we could get in our meetings, like I tell them, I'm like, hey, listen, like we're gonna get to work right now, and as soon as you book, I want you to go online and fill out your planning forms, and then we're gonna have a meeting. I really don't. I'm not going to raise the prices. I would love to say yes, like you're kind of putting extra work in there for me now, but I'm grateful to be working, and it works out actually where it was like August. I know August for us isn't the same as August for Texas, where like nobody has weddings because it's too hot. But it definitely, my August is slower than other months of the year. So this wedding came up and it was in August, and again, I'm happy to be working. So like I'll work with them and I'll make it work, just to make sure that we could get that wedding in, and it worked. Again, it worked out because I have like, once we're back from the DJX, I have nothing to do except plan for this one wedding at the end of August. Like I have 2 weekends off or something. So it kind of worked out great. I told them that too. I'm like, schedule your final meeting. I'm not going to be around from the 10th to 14th. But after that, we're good to, or hopefully before that you'll book it, but we're good to go. But yeah, I try not to really, I mean, we don't do too much messing with our pricing anyway, but we're switching angles now. I like it. We're not doing
Hey.
we're not doing too much messing around with our pricing when it comes to booking far away or not. If anything, it's almost the other way around. I would say, like, you want to make sure that if I have the weekend open, I want to make sure I get it. We're gonna work with them a little bit more, as opposed to somebody that's 2 years out, where it's like, hey, like there's a lot of opportunities that could come up if they say no. So I don't want to like give them a half price wedding. Not that we would, but like I don't want to give them a half price wedding and then I get asked to do that date for a way bigger one. So
right.
Yeah, we pretty much just stick to what it is. But have you been noticing it's been happening a lot this year, both of you guys?
So, quite a bit. Like a lot of last minute requests have been coming through. Even back, I've been getting hit up left and right in Washington, and I thought that was wild. I was like, why are we getting so many last minute hits on that? And I know some people have been just booking things because they have that time right now that they're kind of light this year. I mean, how you were explaining how it is in Jersey, it kind of slows down for you in August. Up in Washington, slammed. I mean, when I was there, slammed every single weekend. Sometimes people will book even Fridays or Sundays. I know we all had a couple, people say, well, I want you, so I'm going to change my wedding date, for this date. Yeah,
That's flattering. That's
You've
great.
had that too, though, right? I mean,
changing a full wedding date for me, I don't. That's a really big honor, man. I don't know.
I'm sure somebody's done it for you. They're like, what days are you available? Are you available this weekend? What day? Friday, Saturday, or Sunday? They probably put it to you that way. You're not even realizing. Well, they want
That could be that I didn't realize, but that's an amazing thing. That's got to feel good.
You know what's crazy? How do your Novembers look this year? Are they busier than usual?
I think so. I think it's because of where we are as opposed to like Texas. Yeah, I think for me, October is by far the busiest. And I think it's spilling over with the September and November too. My November is pretty good, I'd say.
I think I'm having my busiest November ever, and usually, like you were just saying, October is kind of our cutoff. So yeah, it's been an interesting year with last minute bookings and off season weddings, and I don't know. I don't care where the trends go. We got to follow them no matter where they lead us.
Yeah. So I was just wanted to feel that out, see what everybody's, since we've got people all over right now, between the Midwest, West Coast, East Coast, it's kind of the same across the board with that. So.
Yeah, especially in those months that are slower, like if you're talking November, December, I think people are more likely to be like, all right, if I think what happens is, and I've definitely heard brides tell me this before too, like if we got engaged and unless we want to wait a year and a half, there's like 3 dates available. So we're just going to have it 6 months from now and that's it. And, we have no choice. So, I think that's another big thing too, depending on the venue, is like, if the venue is like, hey, we're booked out every Saturday for the next 2 years, which happens around us, then it's like, hey, if we want to have it this year, it has to be on this day and that's it. So it might be an off time, which again works out great for us because, when the winter comes, we're not doing too much. So I'll take it.
I want all the wedding money I can get in the winter.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez, I want to hibernate as much as I can. I don't want to be lugging gear in the snow. So I was doing a lot of karaoke and getting really burnt out. So now that I've kind of cut that out, Monday through Thursdays are like the time for doing all the planning and meetings and podcasting. So I don't know about you guys, but I don't really incorporate a whole lot of downtime into my life. Like everything is just go, 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 think about this, think about that, do this, go there. And I want to have more of a summer, which is why I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in Atlantic City, because then I'm kind of forced to take a break. There's a beach right there. And it's like, this is the only way it's going to happen for me.
Yeah, you definitely have to plan that. What do you think, man?
No, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that in August for sure. I mean, that's one of the biggest things about the conventions is just it's a set time where it's like, hey, I'm blocking off my calendar, schedule meetings before or after, but I don't even try to have meetings while I'm at these things. And yeah, this is for me. And yes, it's still work related, but it's for me. But yeah, the downtime is you have to have it. I mean, for me, it's today. It's Mondays are my day where I don't have meetings scheduled. So I could do things like this, which is fun for me. This is I love doing stuff like this. But whether it's going grocery shopping or just sleeping because I had a crazy weekend and not doing anything, or whatever it is that I want to, or just start getting ready for the next weekend, it's my choice what I want to do. My wife works a 9 to 5, so I have all day to do what I want to do, and then we get to have, she comes home, we get to have dinner together. But like Monday is my weekend. I know a lot of people in the industry, they take Mondays off for that, so that's what I try to do.
Well, thank you for answering that question, both of you. Appreciate it. So yeah, I'll hand it over to Steph, and just do the thing.
Yeah, I mean, real quick, I'm just gonna say, I wish somebody would take control of me, because I know Mondays are my Saturdays, and I keep stacking meetings and things to do, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Monday, I just want to sleep. But I love podcasting, so if I'm gonna, put on a little hair and makeup and sit here and talk to my friends or talk to some really cool people, I am all about it. Like, downtime for me, has to be scheduled, and usually it's not on a Monday.
Do you
But
use Calendly?
I do, kind of.
So keep Mondays off. That's what I do. I just, I make it that you can't schedule Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's it.
Exactly.
It's not even about the Calendly. It's about me personally knowing that I want Mondays off and still booking things anyway, because it's the convenience factor for somebody else.
Yeah.
So like if they say Monday, I'm like, fine, sure, okay. And meanwhile, I'm like, fuck, I don't really want to meet on a Monday, but I'll do it anyway. So I think next year, maybe after I get a whole bunch of the shit off my plate, next year I'm going to make time blocks where I'm better at, setting boundaries and not just being a workaholic 24 hours, 7 days a week, making room for, like a personal life and sleeping and, other things. But
set those boundaries.
Set the boundaries. I've had to schedule certain days now when I travel. It's either Wednesday, either I fly out on a Wednesday or fly out on a Tuesday. That way there's no mishap. I know there's a lot of DJs that kind of gamble, do the red eye thing and stuff.
No way.
I would be so on edge, just praying nothing screws up. Especially with travel now. Let's not even talk about Boston. Trying to plan in and out of Boston. Travel right now is crazy. Plan ahead.
I think the world's on fire right now. We're all just trying to party and DJ our way through it, which is fine with me. Like we're the musicians on the Titanic, and we're like, let's fucking jam. Things suck. Life sucks. Let's have a party. And I'm glad that we're those people, because it could be a lot worse for us. I'm glad that we are entertainers and event alchemists, I guess, because that's kind of what we do. We just change ordinary events into, magic with our own personalities and skills, and we're all so different, so it's nice to be able to showcase somebody like you, Jason /DJ Demand, and tell us where to find you and all that good stuff. And we're gonna end here because we always go over time.
I was expecting Demand to do the fireworks again from a
right. Let me see if I can find him. All right, tell them where to find you.
I'm at DJ Demand on all social media, and then of course the company is SCE Event Group, also on pretty much all social media. But yeah, that's where you can find me, DJ Demand. I'd love to be friends with you guys if you're not already and you're listening. So send me a little message too if you follow, and I'll follow you right back, and we'll
follow him. He has so many good reels. His stories are hilarious. They're educational. I mean, entertainer. He takes it to another level.
I appreciate that.
Not just book him for your event, but yeah, you'll be entertained thoroughly through his reel.
All right. Well, I guess this concludes another episode of Event Alchemy. Thank you, Big Earn, for being my co-host. Thank you, Jason, for being our VIP guest today. And we'll see you guys next time. We're gonna, blast this off into the webs whenever we get a chance. But in the meantime, check them out on Facebook. Check out Big Earn. I'm DJ Stardust, and we are peacing out.
Bye, guys.
Again, Demand.
Thank you.
See you, Steph.